Dark Hearts Training. Since late 2012, the human body is much more vulnerable to being used as a potential dark portal of invasion by outer dark forces. We have witnessed a gradual progression of those undergoing forms of spiritual possession as the individual becomes consubstantial to the collective unconsciousness forces that make up the predator mind. These are dark force gestholts of the predatorial mind, which use the 1D red wave's low energy quality that is represented by the satanic entities or related dark forces such as AI, hybrids, that also exist in the galactic timeline layers and have been feeding upon those same hierarchies for eons. See Houses of Ego and Negative Alien Agenda Groups. Additionally, the phenomenon of dark portaling is being exacerbated from alterations being made in the magnetic and gravitational fields of the Earth, which results in the further dissolution of the layers that make up the dimensional membranes. Essentially, what used to be several separated fish tanks comprising the dimensional membranes that form into timelines have gradually been consolidated into one vast fish tank where all timelines are intersecting and converging into one timeline, where all the contents from these other dimensional realities are now shared and swimming together freely. This has both positive impacts and negative impacts to those that remain unprepared to deal with these new forces entering their personal reality. Many people at different stages of awakening are undergoing their next stage of dark arts training, which radically shifts one's consciousness perception. 3D humans that have not developed strong impulse control and have not cleared negative ego's automatic thoughts are at higher risk for being used as a dark portal, especially when they go unconscious and allow anger, rage and hostility to be expressed as violent impulses reverberating throughout their mind and body. This negative ego distortion is used to hijack unaware human beings into further states of mental body fragmentation. This can be remedied through the intention to connect with the inner spirit and loving heart through consistent meditation, prayer and self-inquiry, in order to remain in the present time as the conscious observer or compassionate witness to outer events. It is suggested that we each do our best to stay out of lower forms of reactivity, mental looping and negative emotions with the victim-victimizer signature. These direct our consciousness into the lower harmonics and become self-reinforcing, creating a vulnerability that negative forces can take advantage of. The consequences of hijack and possession are heartbreaking to witness and difficult to recover from. For this reason, when experiencing periods of energetic pressure or heightened life stress, it is often helpful to return to basics. The Crystal Aegis site was created for this purpose, to focus on building a strong core and foundation to support inner peace and balance during challenging times. CrystalAegis.com. Dark Arts Training. This term refers to a period in your life where you are pushed, usually through some sort of suffering, to go beyond your current frame of reference in order to fully comprehend what is happening to you. People at this stage may start to register there are energetic forces around them or influencing them, and that awareness can be felt or sensed in different ways. Sometimes, this means pulling back the veil that hides negative alien interference in human evolution. Some people may use a religious context and call these dark forces by different names, not aware that the devil or Satan can also be used to describe non-human alien entities. Still, there are many people in the spiritual community that refuse to look deeper at the plausibility of non-human entities influencing human civilization and the current agendas of genetic modification of the human race for the purpose of the negative alien agenda groups' global enslavement agenda. Some common themes in this type of dark arts initiation are having a first-hand experience with extraterrestrial or extra-dimensional beings, clearly not human in nature. Having an awareness of entity attachments, or alien implants appearing in your peripheral vision or light body. Having people around you, used as dark portal puppets with entity attachments to incite chaos and derail your awakening. Having an unexplained illness that can't be sourced, sensing something unseen is draining your life force. Having sudden awareness of thoughts that are not your own, with mental looping, increasing fear and addiction states. See mind control, having a series of betrayals with close relationships that damage trust and leave you feeling totally bewildered. Having a total dismantling, losing partner, job, housing, car, and friends all at once. Rather than feel victimized by these events, this is a time to take 100% responsibility for your own spirit, thoughts, emotions and behaviors. This is the time to build your spiritual house and develop some energetic muscle and meditation skill. This phase usually requires that we educate ourselves about true Earth and galactic history, and go through a type of cosmic reorientation process. If you don't have an accurate assessment of the many forces operating on Earth at this time, it is very difficult to navigate. This is the purpose of my online pet project, the Ascension Glossary, to help others make sense of their awakening experiences and find some answers during their dark arts training phase of spiritual ascension. One of the most common reactions is for people to seek an outside quick fix, to have entities removed or implants extracted by a third party. There may be times when this can be helpful, but ultimately, comprehending these dark forces and doing it yourself is the most beneficial. Until you build your spiritual house and command your space, these quick fixes will not last. See the April 2015 newsletter, Single Soul Occupancy. Dark Arts training has a way of showing us where our strengths and weaknesses are. At this time there is only knowing. There is no room for rationalization stemming from denial or attempting to think your way into a mentally perceived resolution. The rubber meets the road and we are forced to walk our talk, having been prepared to face the mysteries of the unknown standing before us. To be congruent with our soul purpose embodiment requires being in our core no matter what the external environment is doing or telling us to do. As we become an observer, we will feel an ease of flow and an organic expression. However, to get to the ease of flow one has to completely let go without the ego attachment needing to control the outcome or result. This necessitates holding the observer consciousness, one that can observe the events without imposing judgment or attachment to the end result. As you come to comprehend that larger playing field and learn how to 12D shield, how to scan and clear harmful energies as a daily practice, your life changes dramatically. There is really no going back to seeing the world as you did before. Dark Arts training is typically a huge turning point in one's life. May love guide your heart. Lisa.